Glenn, what is it like for a defensive back to actually get an interception in a game? I'm sure you're working on it all week. There's an emphasis to get turnovers, but when you actually grab one in a game, what is that like for you?
I would say it's a surreal moment, especially it being my first one and being a redshirt junior. I would say it feels like all that work you did put in throughout the week to get there, all the ball drills you do, to actually have it pay off. It means something to the team. I think that's a really great feeling to have, honestly.
Coach Loxley was telling us about halftime in the locker room against Michigan State, where some of the players already were coaching up the rest of the team before the coaches got in there. Can you kind of address the leadership the players are taking and the ownership the players are taking this season, how much that propelled you to the fast start?
I think it's the fact that we want to win, but we also know that we haven't played to our best yet. So I think the fact that we see it's like we're self-led a little bit in a way, which makes us better a little bit. So like we try to hold ourselves to a standard.
Hey, Glenn, obviously, I know you said obviously it feels rewarding coming down with that interception, but just kind of being able to balance. Obviously, I know when Bo Braid, when he missed, I believe it was a Virginia game, you stepped in to fill that role, but just also filling in, as a nickel as well, corner as well. How do you feel like you've been able to kind of balance that, and what do you feel like maybe kind of clicked for you so far?
I would say really my teammates, they try to keep me up, even like when Bo did go down. They would try to make sure everything was cool for me, make sure everybody was moving on the same page, make sure we had leadership coming from different areas, whether it be Dante Trader. They try to make everything seem smooth and go fast. And communication's key. So, like you said, from safety to nickel, just also need to make sure I'm on the same page, people talking.
True, gotcha. And then just a quick follow-up on that. I know week before, I believe it was midway through the first quarter, you had a pretty big hit right at the line of scrimmage. But you've been an asset in run support. Is that something you kind of take pride in, or?
We take pride in all of it, honestly. But run support, yes, sir. I like to set the edge.
Glenn, as you stepped into this, starting slot nickel role this year, how much have you leaned and learned on Tarheeb Still, who's outside but was in that role last year?
I'd say a whole lot. I ask him questions all the time, how he would play things last year. But yeah, he gives me a lot of knowledge, especially coming from a corner perspective, because I'm more so a safety. So feet work, all that, different man techs. So I'd say he helps a lot when it comes to that aspect in the slot.
First up, do you prefer Glenn or Glendon?
I like Glenn.
Glenn, okay. Make sure we'll say Glenn then. Going into this week, you guys have a chance to be 5-0 for the first time since 2001. What does it mean for you guys as a team to just have that opportunity to bring that start to this program to a season?
We don't even try to see it as too much being 5-0. We try to see it as winning the next game and just trying to play our best game, because we know we still haven't leaving a little bit of meat on the bone, as Locks like to say.
Locks, you may know this was the running backs coach here in 2001 when they started 5-0. I asked him about it. He said that he sees some comparisons between your team and that team, and the fact that he loves coaching you guys. Just what is the brotherhood here like? How special is it to go out there with these guys every week and practice with them, play with them?
I would think that's what makes us thrive a little bit, because as Coach says, don't let your brother down, and we really live by that, because we have such a tight connection with each player, like off the field and on the field. So I think that helps us on the field.
Hi there, Glenn. Back here also. Coach Loxley, you mentioned Indiana's quarterback, more of a long ball player. You've started out with a couple of games of more mobile quarterbacks. So what are you seeing from Indiana's quarterback and wide receiver group?
We try not to even too much get into it. We try to just make it all next game, and it's what we do more compared to what they do. So if we keep our technique good in all facets of the game, I think we should be all right, depending on who we play.
Hey Glenn, I don't know if you were here when Coach Loxley was answering the question about you.
No, I wasn't.
He was talking about basically how you matured over your time here. How have you felt that, yourself grow in the time you spent around?
I would say overall, it's just seeing it and seeing what Loxley has actually been building. I see we actually have something, so to see that makes me want to be more of a leader, because I know I'm coming into that role. So I just want to achieve what I know we can achieve.
And then I think it was you that came up with the nickname for the safeties, the Reapers, and people tell me that you love hitting. What do you like about it? What is some of the best hits you've ever made?
I would say Probably the Virginia one. I like that one, just because of the angle and the speed I came down, and at which point in the game it was. That was like a little turnaround for us to get us back on track to how we should be playing.
How long have you kind of been a big hitter?
I'll say all my life, honestly. It's more of a mindset thing.
And
Glenn, this team has defensively, you guys have only given up 12 points a game, but allowing 330 yards per game. Is that something that you guys are comfortable with? Is that something that concerns you guys?
Yeah, that's why I say we haven't played our cleanest game, and also leaving meat on the bone, like such as third downs and stuff. We can play a little cleaner because we aren't letting up points, but the yards, we still want to get those down as well. So we have to do little small things each and every week. That's what we emphasizing.
And then second question is, when you guys are taking away the ball as prolifically you guys have done, how much does that sort of feed you guys as a defense?
I would say it feeds us a lot because it's like once one person gets it, somebody else wants to get a turnover. Everybody wants to somehow pitch in to get in on the party.
Yeah, kind of talking about those takeaways again. You guys ranked first in interceptions in the Big Ten. Preparation-wise, what do you think has helped you guys contribute to now being so prolific, taking the ball away, and how do you kind of continue that momentum as Big Ten play continues on?
I would say making it an emphasis when we go into practice. We have to like Coach says, attack the ball, whether it be good on good periods or whatever. We got to attack the ball and like get good for whether it be offense or defense. Like give each other the best look we can. That's what we're going to see in the game. So we try to replicate that.